Good morning, children. Hope all of you have studied the previous topic. Today, we will discuss the important events related to Indian national movement, the partition of India, and Indian independence. At first, we will discuss the topic, the advent of Mahatma Gandhi. As you may know, Gandhi, aged 46, arrived in India in 1915 from South Africa. He first of all toured the entire country in order to understand the people, their needs, and the overall situation. Afterwards, he led to local movements in Champaran, Kheda, and Ahmedabad, which got immense success. In 1919, Gandhiji gave a call for a satyagraha against the Rowlatt Act that the British had just passed. This act curbed fundamental rights such as the freedom of expression and strengthened police power. So, under the leadership of Gandhiji, the Rowlatt Satyagraha turned out to be the first all-India struggle against the British government. In April 1990, there were number of demonstrations and hartals, and the British government, used brutal measures to suppress all of these events. In 1919, there was Jallianwala Bagh massacre. General Dyer ordered the British troops to start fire on the Indians who had peacefully conducted a meeting in Jallianwala Bagh. As a result of this, several Indians were died. In the year 1920, the British did another wrong known as Khilafat wrong. In 1920, the British imposed a harsh treaty on the Turkish Sultan or Khalifa, considered as the spiritual head of the Muslim community. So, Gandhiji urged the Congress to campaign against Jallianwala Bagh massacre, Khilafat wrong, and demanded Swaraj. In 1921 to 1922, Gandhiji's non-cooperation movement got immense support. The non-cooperation movement spread from far wide. It took various forms in different parts of the country. So, Gandhiji urged the Congress to campaign against Jallianwala Bagh massacre, Khilafat wrong, and demanded Swaraj. In 1921 to 1922, Gandhiji's non-cooperation movement got immense support. The non-cooperation movement spread from far wide. It took various forms in different parts of the country. Now, let's discuss about the various group of people who participated in the non-cooperation movement. In Kheda, that is in Gujarat, Patida's peasants were worried about the high land revenue. Hence, they organized non-violent campaigns against it. In coastal Andhra and in Tamil Nadu, liquor shops were picketed. In Guntur district of Andhra Pradesh, tribals and poor peasants started several forest satyagraha against forest law. In Sindh, now it is in Pakistan, Muslim traders and peasants were very enthusiastic about the Khilafat code. In Assam, tea garden laborers left the British-owned plantations and became the followers of Gandhiji. Another important event was the Salt March under the leadership of Gandhiji. Children, let's discuss about the reason behind this Salt March. Gandhiji was very much worried about the salt law. According to this law, the state had a monopoly the manufacture and sale of salt. Gandhiji thought that it was sinful to tax salt because it is an essential item of food and is required equally by the rich and poor. Gandhiji and his followers marched for over 240 miles from Sabarmati to the coastal town of Dundee, where they broke the government law by gathering natural salt that was found on the seashore and boiling seawater to produce salt. So this event was known as Salt March. Peasants, tribals and women participated large numbers. Then a new phase of movement, popularly known as Quit India movement, was initiated in August 1942 under the leadership of Gandhiji. As a result, prominent leaders were arrested. Children, next we will discuss the topic towards independence and partition. The Muslim League began to think that Muslims were a minority and they would always have to play second fiddle on the democratic structure. From late 1930s, Muslim League began viewing the Muslims as a separate nation from the Hindus. In 1940s, the League finally moved a resolution demanding independent states for Muslims in the northwestern and eastern areas of the country. In 1945, British opened negotiation between the Congress, the League and themselves for the independent India. But the talks could not succeed. So, in March 1946, the British cabinet sent a 3-member mission to Delhi to examine the Muslim League's demand for partition and to suggest suitable political framework for a free India. This mission suggested that India should remain united and constitute itself as a loose federation with some autonomy for Muslim majority areas. Neither the Congress nor the League agreed to it. So, the failure of cabinet mission made partition inevitable. Ultimately, in 1947, partition took place with the birth of new country, that is Pakistan. Let me conclude today's session. For your reference, I have uploaded the URL. Go through it. Notes are also attached along with this. Take it down. A test question paper is also there. Try it yourself. Thank you.